What's up, friends, fellow card collectors? Card Hobbies here, and today we are doing another Binder Bites. One more Hall of Famer in this binder, which I believe is my fifth binder. Yeah, don't quote me on that. I'm always switching around players and binders. But yeah, so this player was born in 1957 in Jamestown, Louisiana. Made their major league debut in 1980. Played 18 seasons in the major leagues. Was a seven-time All-Star. When I give you these next two stats, you'll probably guess who it is pretty quickly. But if you did get it before I read these last two stats, good job. So this player was three-time reliever of the year, which should narrow it down because there's not that many relievers in the Hall of Fame. But by the time he retired, he was actually first in saves in his career, but is now third in saves. So this one might be a little bit easier to guess, but yeah, you got the title sequence to figure that out. All right, of course, the player I was referring to was Mr. Lee Smith, probably the most dominant closer of the 80s, and for a long part of the 90s, it was pretty good too. The end of his career coincided with the beginning of Mariano Rivera's career and the beginning of Trevor Hoffman's career, who are the two players that now lead him in saves. But when Lee Smith retired, I believe it was 1998, where he played his last season, might be 97. He was the all-time leader in saves, and in fact did not get into the Hall of Fame until much later. So shows how they valued relievers. After he had retired, relievers weren't really valued much, but yeah, Hoffman and Rivera got in, and he was the leader before they surpassed him. So just a interesting little tidbit of trivia there. But this is a 1997 collector's choice, a 1982 Donruss, and then an 89 Donruss, followed by a 90 Fleer, followed by a 92 Leaf, 96 Leaf. You can see all the different teams he played for. Reds later in his career, started his career with the Cubs, played for the Red Sox, Cardinals. I remember him as a Cardinal mainly. Here as an Angel Leaf, and then there's 88 score down here. Actually, this is rookie traded with the Red Sox. Maybe he went from the Cubs to the Red Sox that season. 96 Select with the Angels, and then this one is a 93 SP with the Cardinals. Alright, this is a 94 SP, 95 Stadium Club members only, a little box set there, and then we're into the Topps run. 83 Topps, 85 Topps, got a 91 Topps there, final card, and 92 Topps All-Star, 93 Topps, and 4 Topps. See, I don't ever remember Lee Smith playing on the Yankees, but yeah, I just really didn't pay attention to the Yankees back then until they started making the playoffs and winning world championships again. This is a 90 Topps traded right here, closing out this page. And the last few Lee Smith cards I got are these 1993 Triple Play, 91 Ultra, 92 Ultra, 91 Upper Deck, and then closing it out with a 92 Upper Deck MVP holograms. See if we get the hologram right about there. You can see the hologram. Love hologram cards. Big favorite of mine. They look weird when they're sitting in the binder. You can't really see them, but you get the light to catch them just right. So that is the Lee Smith collection. As you see, I only got 2.5 pages of Lee Smith, so plenty of more Lee Smith cards I could fit into my collection there. I always get kind of self-conscious on these binder pages because they're kind of dusty, but what have you. I don't really feel like cleaning off all my binder pages. But yeah, that is Lee Smith, and that closes out Hall of Fame binder number 5. As we move forward in these binder bites, you'll see a few bigger collections because these are players that I kind of accumulated a little bit faster. They also are players that tend to have more cards. As you get into these players that made their debuts in the 80s, so they were stars during the Junkwax era. So there's quite a few cards of them, and you know, the companies are still printing cards of them because they're Hall of Famers. You know, they're building on, these card companies build on the nostalgia of collectors that are my age, by printing more and more of these Hall of Famers because they were the stars when we were kids, and they're playing on our nostalgia so that we buy the cards and like, ooh, look at this guy. Yeah, I was a fan of his, you know, when I was a kid and collected cards. So that's why there's so many available cards for some of these players coming up that you'll see. But let me quit rambling because you'll have plenty of time to see those players in upcoming Binder Bites videos. So appreciate all you watching. Remember, you can only control two things: it's your thoughts and your actions. So stay positive. Turn your autofocus back on. Keep ripping them backs. Keep filling up them binders. I always forget to turn the autofocus back on. Keep filling up your binders. And yeah, take care of each other. And I'll catch you all later. Peace.